Okay, so imagine two AI companies. In one corner, you've got OpenAI. They're everywhere, right? Flashy, launching everything, constantly making headlines. And in the other corner, you have Anthropic. They're calm, they're focused, maybe even a little, boring. But here's the crazy part. The boring one is winning. Yeah, in the massive enterprise market, Anthropic is quietly eating OpenAI's lunch, and they're not even tweeting about it. So you gotta ask, right? How is this even possible? How is the quiet one, the underdog, outsmarting the giant that has all the hype? Well, it's not magic. They have a playbook, and we are going to break it down. See, it all comes down to a really fundamental difference in their strategy. This isn't about who has the coolest new feature. Nope, this is a battle of philosophies. It's hype versus dependence. This slide just nails it. OpenAI's whole strategy is basically, let's try everything. Let's just throw a million things at the wall and see what sticks. But Anthropic? Oh, they are laser-focused on one single goal. Let's become so essential, so embedded, that we are impossible to replace.
I mean, think of OpenAI like that overachiever you knew in high school. You know, the one signed up for 5 clubs, playing 3 different sports, and still has time to start a podcast. They're building chat apps, image tools, video tools. They'll probably build your next smart fridge. It's super impressive, but man, it is a lot.
Meanwhile, Anthropic is just tuning out all that noise. Their whole vibe is, forget the hype, I'm just going to get really, really good at the one thing that actually pays the bills. So they're building the unsexy stuff, right? The deep integrations, the enterprise workflows that just quietly sit inside of big companies and print money.
And that really gets to the core of it. If your product is flashy, yeah, people will try it. But if your product is embedded, people can't leave it. Anthropic isn't chasing attention. They are building dependence. And in business, dependence always beats hype, every single time.
So, of course, this difference in strategy leads to a huge difference in how they actually make their money. We're not just talking about features anymore. We're talking about 2 completely different business models. Let's follow the money.
Now, don't get me wrong. Both companies are making billions. That's cool, but it's how they're making it that's so different. OpenAI makes money like a consumer app, monthly subscriptions. But Anthropic, they make money like classic enterprise software. We are talking big, long-term, high-value contracts.
And this is really the heart of it. They're not selling subscriptions for a cool tool. They are selling infrastructure. They are selling the plumbing that entire companies build their operations on top of. Here's the perfect way to think about it. OpenAI is like Netflix. It's awesome. It's entertaining. But you might cancel it when you get bored. Anthropic is aiming to be Amazon Web Services. Nobody cancels AWS. It literally runs your entire company. Now, which one do you think a CFO sleeps better at night signing a multi-year deal with? Yeah, exactly.
But this whole infrastructure play, it only works if you have one absolutely crucial ingredient. And it's not what you think. It's not about having the smartest, fanciest model. It's about building a moat of trust.
Just for a second, put yourself in the shoes of a big-time executive at a Fortune 500 company. You don't adopt new tech like we download a new app. Your entire decision process is driven by one thing: fear. Fear of risk.
Before they even think about signing a contract, they're running through a mental checklist. Is this thing going to leak our customer data? Is this going to get us sued? Am I going to end up in a congressional hearing because of this? These are literally career-ending questions for these people.
And this is exactly where Anthropic has leaned in hard. They've built what you could call a trust moat. Their whole identity is about being the safest, most predictable, most reliable AI partner out there. Because let's be real, in AI, things will go wrong. It's inevitable. And when they do, you don't run to the fun, flashy tool. You run to the one you can rely on.
Okay, so let's put this all together. This quiet, kind of boring strategy, well, it's starting to produce some very loud results. And it's pointing to a massive shift in where the real money in AI is actually going to be made.
Just look at this. This data, which tracks first-time enterprise customers, it tells the entire story. Anthropic is going up, and OpenAI is taking a bit of a dip. The market is sending a crystal-clear message. Businesses are choosing boring and reliable over flashy and experimental. Not because it's cooler, but because it's safer for their job. And what this all points to is a fundamental shift in the whole AI battleground. The conversation itself is changing. It's not just about who has the smartest AI anymore. The real strategic question, the one that matters, is becoming who is the hardest to replace.
Now look, let's be very clear. OpenAI isn't going anywhere. They are a titan, and they will continue to be a titan. But there's a version of the future where OpenAI is everywhere. You know, in all the apps we use every day, but Anthropic is essential to how the global economy actually functions.
And that's really the big lesson here. In the high-stakes world of enterprise tech, being impressive gets you meetings, but being essential, that's what gets you those multi-year contracts. Companies don't renew things that are just cool. They renew things they literally cannot function without.
So next time you see some mind-blowing new AI demo, just ask yourself one simple question. Is this cool or is this critical? Because the companies that win, the ones that really win in the long run, are the ones that quietly become impossible to leave.